everybody, and welcome to Kara's Book Talk. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Save the Date by Morgan Matson. And if you didn't know, this book just got released in June, and I loved it. It was so cute. I just picked it up from Barnes & Noble a couple weeks ago, like a week after it was released. And so I got a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. So it has exclusive story and cutscenes, which were kind of fun. And then this is a signed edition by the author. So got that signed book. Let's take a look first about this cover because I think it's adorable. Inside it has this lovely art. And once you read the story, like, this art makes sense a lot more. So the main character, her name is Charlie, and she has 4 siblings. There's 5 of them together, and then her mom and dad. And her mom is a artist, and she draws comics. And the comic that she draws is called The Grand Central Station. And then this apparently is the little photo that they use at the beginning of every comic strip. So that was kind of fun to have this big art piece on the back of the book sleeve, which was really cute. And then in front of, they kind of do sections of the book where it's section 1, section 2, and then chapters in between. And if I can find one here, show you, but they have little cute comic strips in between the chapters, and I think it's adorable. Yep, right here. Okay. So you get little cute comics in between the chapters, and then I liked how she did on the beginning of every chapter heading. So it says chapter 7 or 98% of all statistics are made up on the spot. So I kind of liked that. Most of the time I don't really look at chapter names, but this one definitely caught my eye. I liked that a lot. And I haven't really read any of Morgan Matson's books before, and so I don't know if she does that with all of her books. This is actually the only book I've read of hers. So I don't know if all of her books do that or if it was just this one, but I thought it was fun. It was cute. And then, okay, so let's get into it. So we have our main character, Charlie. She's 17, I want to say. Let's see. It says it in here as well. It has a list of characters, which is kind of fun. So yeah, she's 17, and then she has 4 older siblings, and then her mom and dad, of course. And so this book basically centers around, it's the summer, not even summer. Yes, it is summer. I think it's summer, and it's the summer before she's starting her senior year of high school. No, it's not summer because she says she took Friday off from school. Whatever. So she's still in school. I think it's springtime, and she's graduating high school that year. So she's applying for colleges and stuff like this. Sorry, timelines. Okay, so basically she's the only one still living at home. She misses her siblings, and her oldest sister is getting married, and they're getting married at her family's house. And so they are, everyone is coming back. Her whole family's going to be in town. And Charlie's just very, very excited to see all of her siblings back together again and to have that, family moment. She talks a lot about that, moment where they're just being a family and being siblings and having that connection. And so I could really relate. I mean, family's a big deal to me as well, so I could really understand. And my siblings and I are fairly close, so I can see why she would want that. And so it made sense to me. So it starts off I'm trying to think. I think it starts off a couple months before this whole thing goes down, and she jump right in with her and this boy, Jesse. Apparently, she's had this crush on this kid, Jesse, for years, and she's finally like, he's he's noticing her, and so she's like, oh my gosh, he likes me, and they make out, but he's like year old or like a year or two older than her, so he's in college, so he like goes off. So after they like have their makeout session, he goes back to college, and she's just like living her life. So you don't really see a whole lot from Jesse after that, at least for a while. And then it's just like the wedding is what's going on. So her sister is getting married, and it was just so much fun. It was just like the perfect summer read. Like, so funny, really cute, really relatable. I just got married a couple months ago, so it was really funny to see. Basically, it's a wedding where literally anything that could go wrong does go wrong. And so it was fun to see a wedding where it was so completely different from mine, and it was just like that comedic relief of like, oh my gosh, now this is going on, oh my gosh, and now this is going on, and it was just really cute and fun. One of my favorite things about this book was, sorry, let me start over. So, like I mentioned, Charlie's mom has a comic strip, and that's what she does. That's her job. She draws this comic strip, and it's about their lives as the Grant family. And she kind of has this like misconception of how things really are and how things are that happened in the comic. And so her mom drew the comic so as the kids are getting older in her life, they are also getting older in the comic. So things that are happening in real life are also portrayed in the comic, which has caused some issues in the family. Her older brother really, really hates that fact that his family, like, he feels like his mom just uses this family as like a way to put it into the book, like into the comic strip, which she kind of does, but so that's kind of like a family tension right there. The brother hasn't really talked to her family. The one brother hasn't talked to her family in like a year and a half. They had this huge fight with his parents, and then he just has broken off all contact. Um, and then there's like all this stuff going on. Her mom is ending the comic strip. They're selling the family house. She's going to be going off to college. And so her sister wanted to get married before they sold the house. So they are having the wedding before they're selling the house. So it's a lot of change really fast. I mean, if you can, I'm older than 17. I've lived through that. There is a lot of change with like high school ending, starting college, doing all this stuff. So I thought that was kind of fun. But one of my favorite things about this is how Charlie's perception of how she thinks things are in her head and she actually perceives them to be. And then she realizes that how she's perceiving things to be and how she's remembering things is actually different than how things really are and how people really are. And so I really liked that. I loved the family dynamic. I loved the sibling dynamic, and like with the one brother that's kind of broken off from the family, how that's reconciled, and how all the siblings act towards him, how he acts towards them, and just like all of the family drama that comes with a big family. I loved it, and I thought it was really cute. Again, it's, it's a cute summer read. It was really fun. Um, they like have a dog in the comic, which they don't ever have a dog in real life. And the dog in the comic's name is Waffles. And since the comic is ending in real life, um, the family is getting interviewed by like America's like TV show or something. They're getting interviewed, and so the interview people want them to have a dog. They want them to have Waffles. So they adopt a dog for like the weekend. And of course, it's the weekend of the wedding because what could go wrong when you have a dog? I mean, nothing, right? Nothing. Yeah, Waffles was my favorite. So they named him Waffles, like in the comic strip, and he was honestly like one of my favorite characters. He was adorable, and I loved him so much. And I mean, I love beagles. Beagles are my favorite type of dog anyway, so I thought that was great. Anyways, let's go back to Jesse because I did not like this kid at all from the beginning because he's like basically he's that teenage boy that just wants to get in your pants, and she's just like so blinded by this crush that she's had on him for so long, she like doesn't see it. She's like, oh, Jesse likes me. Jesse wants to like kiss me, but they don't ever have like a real conversation. Not once. They're just like always making out, and then they like almost have sex like right away, and I was like, well, hold up. I mean, I get like you're 17 and emotions are running high, but let's just think about this for a second. And like every time they're about to do it, something happens, so they don't, which I was really glad. But then she finally like figures it out that like again perceptions of people, and she has like this huge perception of how Jesse is in her head. But like I said, they've never really talked. They don't talk in the book, and so as she's like finding more out about him and like realizing that she doesn't really know a lot about him, it's like kind of eye opening to her, and she's like, oh wait, maybe we need to like take a step back. Yeah. And then there's this other super adorable boy character in the series that was like just his name is Bill, and I love him. I guess yeah, he might be a little bit of a fictional crush for me because he was just so cute and adorable. I loved Bill. I loved him so much. Let's see what else. There's this huge. I don't know. I don't know if it's like huge, but there's kind of a little bit of a twist with the family dynamic later in the book. I called it quite a while beforehand. Like the author drops some hints that that's what's going on. And Charlie is a little bit naive, and that was one thing that bothered me about her. Like she has this perception of how people are, and then when everything else is going on around her, she's like, "No, that's not how things are. That's not how things are. Yeah, that's how things are, honey. Okay, because you need to open your eyes and like realize the reality that you're in, and not like in this comic strip where the family is like perfect. Like your family has issues." And so like getting that realization out to the family was like a big deal. I mean, I saw it coming, so I wasn't shocked, but like the family was shook in the book. And so it was really interesting to read about that. And that was probably like my only issue with Charlie is her like just being blind to what's around her. Um, but yeah, that was really the only thing that bothered me, and it didn't bother me too much. Like I said, that was one of her character growths. She did like learn about like she was doing this, and so she changed. Um, yeah. Anyways, I loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I thought it was adorable, and I will probably be reading more of Morgan's books in the future. I thought it was adorable. If you have read this book already, go ahead and leave a comment below. Did you like it? Did you not? Did you like Charlie? Did you like waffles? The most important question. Um, yeah. Alright, that's really all I have to say about this book, so I will see you guys later. Bye!